All right, so in this video, I'm going to be talking about source control, what it is, why we would use it, and how we can initially set it up. Okay, so source control really is just a way that we can track our files. So I'm going to provide this reference. This is a really good visual reference for source control. It does not need to be something where you were thinking, oh, well, only programmers use that. This is really a versatile tool that you can use to track your document changes through time. Okay, so if this has ever been you where you have had to create, say, resumes, I'm a culprit of this, where I had them dated by month and year, or I give them numbers so that I know which one I'm referring to, or if it's an old one that I don't want anybody to touch, then I might call it old. Okay, that's the way that we used to do things. Okay, in this day and age, we want source control. Source control is a way that we can track changes, okay? But it's for many other things. It's for us to sync versions of the stuff that we're using through multiple locations so we can access, and we know what we're accessing from a different location is what we accessed previously. We can back up copies of our stuff. We can do undos, mistakes that we've made in our code or on our document. If we accidentally deleted something and saved it, if we have it in source control, we can go back to before we deleted it, restore that, and then work from there. We can track changes on what we made. We could even use it for trying out new features and stuff without having to worry about it messing up the rest of your code, okay? Or the rest of your document. So in terms of web design, there are many ways that we could use this. If we were trying to add, like, say, a new feature, we wanted to design our navigation a different way, we wanted to have a different layout, and we wanted to try multiple different avenues before settling on a design. We don't have to have multiple documents of our website with multiple CSS style sheets used to look at the possible designs. We could use source control and basically make different branches, like the different branch of a tree, make some changes on that, and if we don't like it, we can go back to our original one. If we do like it, we can adopt it into our original branch. So it allows us a lot of versatility. Okay, so this is a really good resource for going through it. It goes through the terminology of what I have used for us in class, what I will be using in class. Basically, if you think about it, you have like the trunk of a tree, and for source control, I could start using my document and I could start making changes. And every time that I choose to save that change in source control, I can track that change. If I want to edit pieces of it, I can go to specifically the section where I want to edit, and then I can choose to readopt it or work on it differently or delete a piece. It allows us, if I make a change, that I can, again, like what I was saying, another branch of the tree, we can try something new in our code or on our document without having to worry about how it's currently set up. Okay. And then when I'm done, I can choose to merge or fold back in those changes without having to get rid of my previous stuff or doing a lot of copying and pasting. So this is really, really an awesome thing. We will be I will end up having some videos covering how to deal with conflict. So an example of this is if we had milk, eggs, and juice, and I created a commit where I have milk, cheese, and juice, and I add like eggs and cheese to it, or I delete eggs and I add cheese. this is what it would look like. But if someone else made that change where they took off eggs and they added hot dog, because that position where cheese would be, there would be a conflict. So we would have to decide, what are we keeping, what are we removing? And when we get to conflicts, they appear scary. They're really not. They're easy to deal with. And so in the next videos, we're going to set up bringing something into source control and then doing all of those initial pieces. All right, so stay tuned.